Heat, Lakers. Now roll my lit intro.
Yo, I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the fame, though it might be nice.
So this Heat Lakers game was a pretty exciting, close game, is what I can say. You know, that's how I feel like a lot of these Heat games are. A lot of them are just close, down to the wire, and that's what basketball's all about. Real quick, if this is your first time clicking on one of my videos or new here, you guys should definitely subscribe. It'd mean the world to me. You guys already know what team I'm repping. Heat all day, you know. So subscribe. Watch me talk about my favorite team playing against your favorite team, you know. Definitely a good reason to subscribe there. We could always have good talks. But definitely, guys, this was a close game for sure. And I was already kind of expecting that because we needed a win, you know, because like 2 weeks ago the Lakers were in the Heat's house and they just ripped us all apart, you know, completely just dominated us on the offensive side. But that's what I was looking for in this game, you know. I was revenge, you know. This whole road trip for the Heat, first playing the Blazers and then the Kings, I was hoping the Heat could win those games. But I'm not gonna lie, there was a couple questionable calls in both those games that cost us the game. Just what I think. But that's all in the past, whatever. But this game, I wasn't expecting much. You know, Brandon Ingram didn't play, and I like Brandon Ingram, you know. I think he's going to be a good player, and he's definitely looked like it so far. But coming into this game, I know that Julius Randle has been on a tear, and like I'm really interested to see what the Lakers are going to do in free agency, you know, with his contract situation. Like, do you go after LeBron and another star, or do you keep Julius Randle? But for sure, these last couple of months, he's been beasting it. And I wasn't expecting any different against us, you know. So once again, for the Heat, you know, struggling on offense. Like the whole first quarter, I felt like it was just Dragic scoring. But I know once Kelly got in the game, he hit a couple shots and that got the Heat's offense going a little more. But man, like, just like how Dragic was on a tear in the first quarter, so was Julius Randle, and that's exactly what I was expecting. I think some of our forwards like James Johnson and Justice Winslow, they played all right on him. Like, you can't, like, he's been on such a tear lately. Like, I don't think you could shut that man down like completely, but you can try to limit him. And I think the Heat did the best they could on that. And for anybody that didn't see this game, you look at the stats, you see that Lonzo didn't score that much. You know, but he was flirting with a triple-double, and to me, definitely had his prints all over this game, you know. Like, it's crazy how he can do so much without actually having to score or, you know, put up fancy numbers or anything. That's not something you'll see every day from your average player coming into the league. Brook Lopez, too, you know, he had a good offensive night. I know he's more of an offensive-minded center, but he might be the only center that I know that can just shoot threes like crazy and not average rebounds. Sorry guys, I'm cheating off my phone a little bit because, you know, I'm filming this the next day because it was a late game and I was up when I watched the whole game. But like I said, the whole game, it was a close one. Like, I know into halftime they went tied 50-50. And in the third, too, like, no one could get any separation. So it was pretty much tied through the whole way. And going into the fourth quarter is where it got pretty good. But it was just another one of those games where Dragic had to carry the offense for the Heat. And, like, I love it. Like, that's why he should have made the All-Star game. He's definitely deserving of that. He's our leading scorer. He's always reliable when you need a bucket, and Julius putting up 25 points, 12 rebounds, you know, another beast game for him. I'm hoping he gets paid this summer because the man, you could tell the man's improved, and he's definitely feeling more confident in himself, and as he should. But I'm interested to see what the Lakers do with him. But definitely the guys in the last minute of the game, it was when I was like out of my seat the most. Like, I think the Lakers were up. Yeah, like, I just checked again. Yeah, Kyle Kuzma hit a 3 and the Lakers were up by 1 now with 1 minute left. And I knew no one was doing it on the offensive end for the Heat besides Dragic and Kelly Olynyk. And as soon as Dragic drove in for that layup, that eventually ended up getting blocked out of bounds. Like I was just holding my breath, hoping that it would go in, but obviously it didn't. And I saw that there was 0.5 seconds left on the shot clock, so I knew that the Heat were going to have to get some crazy shot off. But then it turns out that they reviewed the play and I think it hit the rim, so the Heat, we caught the biggest break of the game right there, getting another 24 seconds, another possession and then I remember like it was an iffy possession because then it ended up with Richardson shooting the ball and missing it, and at that point I was thinking in my head like, oh, we blew another one, like we can't go 0 for 3 on this road trip. Well, after the Richardson miss, Julius Randle tried getting another hook shot, which I really thought was in. Like when he shot that hook shot with like 20 seconds left, I think. Oh man, I was holding my breath, had my eyes closed and everything, like praying that it wouldn't go in, because like, oh, we can't end this road trip 0-3. Like that's just bad. But he did end up missing the hook shot, and Bam Adebayo with the rebound, and then Dragic. I remember Dragic coming up the court with the ball, and like I knew like he has to take the shot, like no one else can. And what do you know? Dragic comes and saves the day for the Heat with that pull up. Well, I want to say it was like pull up from like 15, 16 feet, and when he shot that same thing, holding my breath, praying that it would go in, and it went in. And that's when the Lakers called a timeout. Like we were up by 1, so I knew if we wanted to win, we'd have to do it with our defense. And what did our defense do? It came through again, especially when Isaiah Thomas. I know Isaiah Thomas has been known to be big in the fourth quarter, and I don't care if he's on Boston, Cleveland, LA, or wherever. I know him. Like he's big in the fourth quarter. So as soon as I saw him shoot that shot at the end of the game, I knew there was a chance for it to go in, but luckily it didn't, and the Heat were able to win. This was definitely a needed win for the Heat guys. Like coming into this game, the Heat were like 0-10, 0-9 since January on the road, and like that doesn't really make sense to me because we started off so good on the road to begin the season, and we go through this slump where we can't win on the road, and we just had to get our minds right, you know, come out with a win. But don't get me wrong, guys, it's not even just about Julius. Kyle Kuzma, I've never even heard of Kyle Kuzma until he became a Laker, and I don't even know where he went to school or anything. I know he was there for 4 years, but I don't know anything about him. And Brandon Ingram, like I remember after his rookie season, everyone wanted to write him off, call him a bust. You know, he can't do this or that. Like he's no Kevin Durant. And this season he's been on a tear. He's been proving people wrong. And Lonzo Ball too, like everyone's considering him a scrub, a bust, call him whatever they want. But I'm not gonna write anybody off, you know. I think these guys are all under 23 still, like I think besides Julius, but dang, like you can't write them off that quick, you know. They're young guys, they're young adults, they're still developing, they're still learning the game at a pro level and everything. But don't get me wrong, guys, like I love seeing Dragic drop 30 points a night, you know. I think during this road trip that he just had, he was averaging like 28.5 points, you know. That's good. Like this is why I preached for months that he should be an all-star, and I'm glad he was, because he's so deserving of it. Even when he was in Phoenix, he had an all-NBA third season. Like how is that man not made an all-star? But you know, like the Heat are just still struggling on offense. Like I know Whiteside's not there, and D Wade's not there either. So like our defense, like people are gonna attack us more, and as they should. You know, when your big man's out, you know, that's sometimes it could be easy layups, free buckets. But my concern is just with the Heat offense. Like we've had stretches throughout the season where the offense has been amazing, and then times like this road trip where it's just been awful. Like not a lot of production from our starters and our reserves. But the Lakers, man, they played us really well. Like, I love this Lakers young core, and even with Brandon Ingram coming back, like, I love my young core. Like, I'm a Heat fan. Like, I love my young core, but I'm just a little jealous of the Lakers, you know. But they've had to tank and have a lot of bad seasons to get who they have. But they got something special. They got something good going down there. And with the whole Julius Randle situation, like, personally, I hope they re-sign him, because like he's been killing it. Like, he could be your starting 4 for years to come, or even 5. He could play the 5. But when free agency starts, when you're Magic Johnson or whatever, like, before you try getting your LeBron, Paul Georges, DeMarcus Cousins, definitely take a look at Julius Randle. You know, he is a pretty good player, man. Especially this second half of the season, like, he's just been on a tear. Like, he's out to prove something, and I got to see it firsthand, you know, playing against my team. So I'm trying to keep it short, sweet, and to the point. And if you guys made it this far, you guys should definitely leave a like. Consider subscribing, because it would mean the world to this guy. Let me know in the comments what you thought about this game, or if you're a Lakers fan, or if you're a Heat fan like me. Like, but for sure, guys, if you guys made it this far and you actually sat through this, like hearing me talk about my favorite team, you guys definitely rock. Let me know if you did, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.